Well, good morning, Texas Women in Banking. I am so glad to be here with you this morning. We are going to focus on four main things. We're going to focus on mutually beneficial relationships that are transformational versus transactional. We're going to look at the power of curiosity over prejudgment. We're going to look at meeting people with fun and ease, because let's face it, if it's not fun and easy, we're not going to do it. And building resilience. That's what we focus on can propel us forward to new heights, or can keep us stuck looking in the rearview mirror. So those are the four things we're going to focus on this morning, and the fun starts right now. I want to share 3 truths I've learned and see which one resonates with you the most. 1, you get out of life what you put into it. 2, my father-in-law used to say, people are down on what they're not up on. And 3, people are happier when they manage their expectations. So let me help you this morning manage your expectations. I want you to repeat after me. Today. I'm going to learn something new. I'm going to meet someone new. And now turn to your neighbor and say this next part. If I fail to meet my 2 objectives, you got it, of learning something new, or meeting someone new, it's all my fault. You know when you're driving down the road and you want to change lanes? You put your blinker on. And as soon as you see somebody's going to let you in, you wave. You want to say thank you. Yeah. If you're like me, once you get into the lane, you wave really big. You want to make sure they saw you. And then you continue on down the road, and just up ahead, you see somebody else with their blinker on. And you think, I'm going to pay it forward. I'm going to let them into my lane, right? And then they come into your lane. And they don't wave? Aren't you thinking, what? No, thank you? How hard is it? Really, right? You feel that way? Okay, so let me ask you, Michelle. When that happens to you, what are the thoughts that are going through your head? We won't tell.
It's okay.
You're thinking it's okay.
Not letting you in next time.
Oh, okay, all right. I don't blame you. Okay, it's okay. So are you having to kind of talk
Rude.
yourself? Rude. Yes, rude. So
They're not like that. They're not like me.
they're like, not like, so you're having these internal conversations and kind of talking yourself down a little bit, but rude, right? All right, let me ask you this, Michelle. So that just happened, and now you continue a little further on down the road, and somebody else has their blinker on. Are you going to let that next person in, or are you thinking they're going to be rude too?
It might depend on my time.
Okay.
I already let a lot of people in, so I could see where I'd be done.
You might be done. I don't blame you, right? Okay, we're going to pause our conversation, but we're going to come back to that in just a minute. My husband served 24 years in the Air Force. At one point in time, we were stationed at Hickam Air Force Base in Hawaii. Don't be hating. One particular weekend, we were at our favorite beach, Bellows. It is the perfect family beach. The sand is clean. The water is clear and warm. The waves are perfect for boogie boarding and body surfing. And it was the perfect beach day. Until my husband dropped a bomb on me. He said, girlfriend. See, that's what he calls me even after 36 years of marriage. He said, girlfriend. I just found out about our next duty assignment. We're going to be sent to that old Loring Air Force Base in Limestone, Maine. What? Limestone, Maine? Well, if you're like me at the time, you don't even know where that is on the map. Exactly. That's okay. Put your finger on Highway I-95 anywhere on Highway I-95. Take it all the way north until it ends in Holton, Maine. Then I want you to hop over to US 1 and I want you to continue for another 140 miles. You will be 2 miles from the Canadian border. You will be in Limestone, Maine. The snow comes in November. It does not leave until May. I was not exactly excited. Soon after we got there, I decided, I need to go to the post office because I need to buy some stamps. I need to stay in touch with civilization. So I walk up to the counter. I said, "Ma'am, I'd like to buy book stamps." She took one look at me and she said, "Oh, no, you don't need to buy any stamps. Your husband was in here this morning. He already bought your book. He took care of you." That's when I began to think this town might just be a little too small. Well, soon thereafter, I got rather adventurous and I went to the next town over, and it was big time. You know how I know it was big time? They had a McDonald's. I spied it as we were on our way to the grocery store. I got so excited. As soon as my husband parked the car in the grocery store parking lot, he went into the grocery store, and I scurried across the parking lot so I could go across the street to go to the McDonald's. My plan was I was going to get to the edge of the curb. I was going to wait at the edge of the curb and wait for traffic to clear. Traffic did not clear. Traffic came to an immediate halt so I could walk across in safety. Yeah. And that's when I realized I was living in Mayberry. For you younger folks out there, think small town. There's a sheriff, a deputy, and everybody knows your name. That is the only time in our 24 years of service that we asked to extend our assignment. We asked to extend because of our network. We felt like we had community and like we belonged. The reason I tell you this story is because our family thrived in both environments. The positive highs we experienced in Hawaii because of the beautiful scenery, we also experienced in Maine because of the rich relationships. Now, whether you're having a Hawaii or Maine experience, you want people to feel like they belong. And when people like where they are, they tend to thrive where they are. And that is possible if you're able to do what we did, and that is build a vibrant network. Now, intuitively, we all know it's important to network. But networking often starts with a conversation. A 2023 Gallup poll showed that the number one thing leaders and managers can do to prevent disengagement and increase engagement is to have regular conversations with their employees. Conversations about customers, goals, recognition, and well-being, but conversations. Now, let's circle back to the conversation we were having, Michelle. Our conversation was pretty easygoing, and it was over a shared value of polite drivers. When you have some of these same easygoing conversations in your banks, you build connection and community. And when you build connection and community, people want to lean forward and help you out. It'll be so much easier when you have a problem, pick up the phone and call someone and get that help. So it builds resilience. So we're going to talk about building relationships and networking. Before we do, though, I should probably give you a little bit about my background. You may be surprised to know that I struggled growing up making friends. You see, my mother and father were 20 years apart in age, and we lived in an aging neighborhood. It was the same neighborhood that my father lived in before he met my mom. So by the time I came along, a lot of the kids had grown up. There was only one little girl that was about my age that lived down the street. She was an only child. Her parents doted on her, and she hardly ever came out to play. And this was long before parents were taking kids across town for play dates. Added to that, I was should say, less mature than the other kids in my class because I had a late birthday. So in fact, by the time I turned 16, all the other kids had been driving for almost a year. My parents were pretty practical people, so they weren't investing money in fashion, so I wasn't going to be popular because of my dress. So I did what anybody in my situation would do. We all want to belong. I joined the band. But I wasn't even cool by band standards. You see, when I joined the band, I thought I was going to play something really great like the trumpet or the drums. My band director had other ideas. He thought I should play something like, wait for it, the French horn. Have you ever seen anybody in a high-step marching band playing the French horn? Oh! Okay, we have so much to talk about. Now, while my father was very outgoing, my mother was the complete opposite. And because I spent most of my time with my mom, whose social skills do you think I inherited? Yeah. So as a result, growing up, I often felt lonely, unimportant, and like I didn't belong anywhere. Have you ever felt like that?
Yes.
I share that with you so that you will understand what I'm about to teach you is learnable. Because if I can do it, you can do it.